Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to review a deodorant from a brand that has already appeared multiple times on this channel, Sadoer. The product's name is Sadoer Brighten Skin Deodorize Roll-On. This deodorant is super cheap. You can get it on Lazada for 2 ringgit and 90 cents for a 50 ml bottle. That being said, this product is rather disappointing, but more on that later. Before I start, I'd like to include a few disclaimers. This video is meant for educational purposes. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I bought this product with my own money. Please watch this video until the end to ensure you don't miss any important information. The packaging is quite unusual. It comes with a box. The container itself is made of plastic. I've been using this product since November 13, 2024, and as of February 3rd, 2025, I'm currently on my third bottle. I use it 3 times a day, once before going to sleep, once before going out, and once after my evening shower. This deodorant has a talc powder scent. However, it doesn't feel refreshing or cooling. You just get the powdery scent, which can easily be overpowered by your own body odor. As for the texture, it's thicker than most deodorants I've used. Even when I applied a thin layer, it takes a long time to absorb into the skin. The best way to get it to dry quickly is to lift your arms and stand in front of a fan. Looking at the ingredients, you can see there are moisturizing and antimicrobial factors, but no skin lightening agents. However, feel free to point out if I miss any skin lightening ingredients. At first, I planned to discuss armpit whitening in the red flags chapter, but I decided to make it a separate section to convey the message more clearly. Hyperpigmentation in areas like the armpits, elbows, knees, and private parts is often linked to a condition called acanthosis nigricans. This condition can be influenced by many factors. In some cases, it's purely genetic, especially if you're a person of color or have ancestors who were. So it's completely normal. However, acanthosis nigricans can also be caused by more serious health conditions such as obesity, insulin resistance, diabetes, PCOS, and many others. If you're truly concerned about the appearance of your underarms, I highly recommend consulting a dermatologist or an aesthetic doctor. They can help identify the root cause of your condition because at the end of the day, even if at home treatments give you some results, it might be nothing more than putting a putting a band-aid over a bullet wound. As for me, I personally experienced acanthosis nigricans, and it has been one of my biggest insecurities over the years. Even with a rigorous skin lightening routine, I barely achieve an even skin tone. Back then, I assumed it was due to a combination of obesity and genetics. However, in July 2024, I discovered that I actually have subclinical hypothyroidism, which led to the development of type 2 diabetes. Now, with proper treatment and weight loss, my condition has improved significantly. My skin is also more responsive to my efforts to fade acanthosis nigricans. A great example, uh, uh, a great example is my fingers. A year ago, I reviewed an AHA serum and showed you a picture of my finger. While the serum helped soften my skin and reduce uneven pigmentation, it didn't completely remove the discoloration. However, after losing weight and receiving treatments to stabilize my thyroid and insulin levels, I noticed a big improvement. The hyperpigmentation has softened significantly and is almost gone. That being said, I still experience acanthosis nigricans. I've noticed that when the skin on my fingers gets injured, it tends to harden like calluses. This is frustrating because unlike normal calluses, there's no guarantee that it will go away over time. So that's my experience. I hope this insight helps. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to name this chapter. Initially, I considered calling it Weaknesses, but I settled on Red Flags because I previously made a video about a red flag I found in the Sadoer Gold Snail BB Cream. That product claimed to have SPF 50 plus and PA4 while only using titanium dioxide as the sole UV filter. So I guess that justifies naming this section red flags as well. Moving on, there are multiple red flags with this deodorant. The first one is just misleading advertising, while the rest are just disappointment. Number one, misleading brightening claims. As the name suggests, Sadoer Brighten Skin Deodorize roll-on claims to have skin brightening properties. However, when we look at the ingredient list, there are no actual skin brightening ingredients. But as I mentioned before, feel free to point out any brightening agents I may have missed. Number two, ineffective at combating body odor and sweat. This deodorant is so bad that even when I stay in an air conditioned room without moving much, my body odor still overpowers the scent. This means both the fragrance and anti sweat properties are weak. By body odor, I don't mean a strong pungent smell, but rather a subtle odor that I notice a few hours after showering. However, when I sweat excessively or skip a shower, the smell becomes much worse. Number three, terrible absorption time. The absorption time is frustratingly bad. Sometimes it feels like the product refuses to dry on its own, and the fastest way to get it to absorb is by lifting my arms and standing in front of a fan. While I admit other deodorants also take time to dry, this one is significantly worse. With most other deodorants, simply moving around is enough to help them dry faster. But that's not the case here. Honestly, I'm quite disappointed with this deodorant, and I don't really want to give it the benefit of the doubt. The manufacturer behind Sadoer, BioAqua, and many other brands has been in the skincare business since 2008, 17 years ago. That should have given them more than enough time to create a better deodorant than what we have now. I also think Sadoer itself might be partly to blame, as the brand owner might have requested this specific formulation to cut costs. While we don't know the full truth, I think my statement holds some weight. That said, I did enjoy two of Sadoer's product, their sweatproof sunscreen and vitamin C lotion. Unfortunately, I cannot recommend this deodorant. As for as of eight as of February 8, 2025, I've already replaced the Sadoer deodorant with Safi deodorant as my go-to option before going out. For your information, Safi is a Malaysian brand and their deodorant is quite pricey, around 8 to 9 ringgit compared to Sadoer's 3 ringgit price tag. I also plan to switch to crystal deodorant for my evening shower and before bedtime because I've learned that overusing deodorant might interfere with hormones. Some studies on breast cancer patients found that they had been using deodorant multiple times a day. Now, I'm not saying that deodorant causes cancer or anything like that. I thought you'd appreciate knowing this information. I think I've covered everything that needs to be discussed. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'm mresult04-15 signing off.